good afternoon, and welcome to a very cold day outside the Watertown Civic Arena, but nice and toasty inside the home of the Watertown Arrows. You're watching Arrow TV today, the best high school sports broadcast produced by Watertown high school students and Watertown community members. Cam Corey, once again, was unable to make it today, so myself, Conrad Pitkin, a sophomore here at Watertown High School, will be filling in for him. And joined beside me again is Jason Hemrick.
Jason Hemrick, a senior in different ways, so older and more pain.
So for those of you who do not know why Watertown and Brookings are playing today instead of next Friday, originally this weekend, the two Rapid City schools were supposed to come to Watertown and Brookings, Stevenson Central, but because of the cold weather, it was decided by, I believe, all four schools to push that to next weekend, and it kind of just worked out perfectly that next week, Watertown and Brookings were supposed to play Friday night, and Stevenson Central were supposed to play Saturday, so it kind of just worked out perfectly to just flip the schedule. So Watertown and Brookings are playing today instead of next Friday originally.
Yeah, I think smart move. Don't make kids drive across the state in weather that those type of temperatures. Keep them safe, and worked out. It was a smart move in my opinion. So
we'll get more into today's game. We have an ESD rivalry matchup of I-120 between the Brookings Bobcats and the Watertown Arrows. Both these teams have gotten off to similar starts, unlike the last game we called together.
Yeah, they each have one win to their name. Unfortunately, Watertown was their win. But, you know, the season has progressed. I think they're probably similar in the things that you've seen throughout the year. Turnovers has been a story for each team that I think they just need to clean up. And finding ways to score easy baskets. And, you know, Arrows especially, I think they've struggled shooting from beyond the arc. If they can heat up a little bit in that area, limit those turnovers, you know, then they'll compete with whoever comes in here. So
as you mentioned, Brookings won wins against Watertown. So they played the first game of the year against each other back on December 12th. The Bobcats ended up on top 43-41 in an overtime game. But the key to that game, or the big thing in that game, was there were a total of 63 turnovers. Brookings had 33 and Watertown had 30. So obviously today, that is a big key for both teams to limit the turnovers like last time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you can sometimes chalk that up to the first game of the year. They're trying to figure out things, or nervous, whatever. But you know, it's kind of been just a reoccurring story for both teams, game in and game out, where their decision-making just needs to become a little bit sharper. So I think that's probably something that both coaches are working on daily in practices.
So one of the big things that we just found out a little earlier today, Brookings' best player, number 12, Macy Even, unfortunately, last Friday night against Mitchell, tore her ACL. So unfortunately, she's out for the season, and that's going to affect this game greatly.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, just a good basketball player, a good kid from what I've been told, and you just don't want to hear about things like that on either side. So, I mean, when you look on the sidelines today, you're going to see a couple of our tall girls from Watertown sitting on the bench that are seniors, and now they've got one of their best players, and I'm guessing probably one of their leaders as far as just vocal in the timeouts and on the court. So that's unfortunate. We don't like to see those types of things. So we just wish her the best of luck going forward.
Yeah, we talked with both coaches before the game, and they both said one of the big things today was learning how to play without their, you know, big players. Because Watertown, Malik Krantz and Layla Meester, two of Watertown's taller players, they're both not playing today. They're both injured, and then, as we mentioned, Macy Even just now. So that's one of the big things, you know, learning how to play without them. But so it should make for a very interesting game today.
Yeah, I would think that this is going to really make this game pretty even. I mean, even being a 5'10" girl gave them a little height advantage, I thought, coming into this game. That kind of evens us out now in that respect. But still, the name of the game is going to be handling some of the pressure coming up the court. Getting possibly some easy shots, some layups, or just being able to kick out and step into some shots and see them go in will be key factors for both teams today.
One stat I did find, since 2021, these two teams, when they have played against each other, are 3-3. So that'll be an interesting, be a bit of a rubber match today.
Yeah, they have. They've had some battles. It doesn't matter where they're at in the standings, but they've had some good battles, and I expect today's going to be another one. So they're both fighting. They're both fighting for a spot.
So now we're going to send it to the sideline where Mason Mogg has the keys to the game.
We're good? Keys of the game today for the Watertown versus Brookings matchup. Both teams have some injuries. Macy Even for Brookings. Their best player is out with an ACL tear. And Malia Kranz. So both teams are going to have to figure out how to rebound down low without that height. And the last time Watertown and Brookings played, there was a combined 63 turnovers between both teams. So both teams today will have to look to not turn over the ball as much. But making shots and getting rebounds is going to be a big thing for both teams today, and how the outcome of this game will be. Back to you guys up in the booth.
I think we kind of said the same things going forward in this game. If the Arrows can come out and get some shots to fall, I think that'll loosen them up a little bit. And, I think they can settle in, and it'll just spill over to the rest of their game. So we'll see how this goes.
I'm interested to see what Brookings' game plan is coming into today's game, because defensively they'll switch between a man and a 2-3 zone. So I wonder if they'll switch it all without Macy Even. But we are about 10 seconds until starting lineups national anthem. So we were going to send it down to PA announcer Mark Bellum for the national anthem and starting lineups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for today's ESD matchup. Today, we are pleased to welcome our guests, the players, coaches, and fans from Brookings. Officials for today's game are Brian Wetham, Eric Gerlach, and Kim Zimmerman. Positive treatment of these officials will be expected at all times. Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. Athletic training services and care of our athletes are provided by Prairie Lake Sports Medicine through certified athletic trainer Faith Hewlett, AeroCare, close to home. At this time, we ask you to remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Please show proper respect to the flag by removing your hat. Stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. First, let's meet the starters for the visiting Brookings Bobcats. Number 4 is a 5'4" senior guard, Sloan McClagan. Number 20, a 5'10" sophomore forward, Tessa Conant. Number 22 of 5'10", sophomore forward Julia Burns. Number 30 is a 5'11", senior forward Clara Delbridge. And number 40, a 5'7", freshman guard Harper Hook. Assistant coaches Ross Peterson, Mark Cry, Brian Corlett, Terry Giblin, Tom Hook, and head coach of the Bobcats, Mitch McClingan. And now your starters for the Watertown Arrows. Number 4 is a 5'7" junior guard, Andy Olsen. Number 5 is a 5'6" junior guard, Lily Mack. Number 12, a 5'7" junior guard, Jordan Remmers. Number 20 is a 5'9" senior forward, Ellie Thury. And number 42, a 5'6" senior guard, Kinsey Russell. Assistant coaches, Mackenzie Bulow, Jesse Houck, and Jay Nagels. Head coach of the Arrows, Chad Roney.
All right, hopefully we can warm things up in the arena today with some good shooting. We're just getting ready to get underway here.
Time for some rivalry basketball.
Absolutely. Again, I think this game should be fairly competitive today, just for the simple fact I think you've got two teams that are fighting to stay in that or get into the Sodac 16. Right now, Brookings is at 16, and Watertown I think is at like 18th. So a win today is going to be very important.
Thury wins the tip for the Arrows. Mack in the corner is going to swing it to Thury on the other side. She's going to get to Andy Olsen at the top of the key. Over the Remmers. She's going to dribble. Get it off to Kinsey Russell. The dish out to Mack.
Brookings starting out in that 2-3 zone, so good ball movement. Getting into that second level like Russell just did, that'll be big today. Nice.
Thury swishes the 3, gets the Arrows off to a good start. It's a good start for the Arrows tonight.
Good start, good ball movement. They were patient, made good passes.
Tap the key with McClagan.
Arrows starting out man here a little bit. See if they can pressure that ball a little bit. Maybe get some tip passes, get a steal.
McClagan's gonna drive with her right. She's gonna put it up and it's gonna be no good, but they're gonna get the rebound. And we're gonna get a travel.
I mean, a lot of pressure on McClagan, I think, to step in here. This is their first game without Macy Even, and Sloan's, you know, she's their main ball handler. Not going to have her partner in crime, I guess, if you want to call her that, to lean on. So it's got a little bit of a new role, maybe, to have to step up, make some shots.
Brookings going to stay in their 2-3 zone here. Over to Mack. To Jordan Remmers for 3. It's no good. And the Arrows are going to get the offensive rebound. Andy Olsen's going to put up a jumper. It'll be off the rim, and Brookings will secure the rebound.
Again, good shots that we're getting there. Nice to get an offensive board. Tough to rebound on those three-pointers, and I know Brookings will be looking to improve in that. And it's been a struggle for the Arrows, too. It's that backside rebound on a three-pointer just tends to go longer, and it's tough.
Hook is going to get called for the travel there. That's Brookings' second turnover. They're going to have to clean things up a little bit. Over to Mack. To Olsen, and she's going to step out of bounds. It's going to be Brookings' ball. McClagan will take it up court again. I think she'll be Brookings' primary ball handler tonight. And Brookings is going to turn it over.
I think that's maybe, what, their fourth turnover?
Third or fourth. So Watertown's going to need to start capitalizing on these extra possessions they can get.
Coming out, extending that zone into a little bit of a half-court trap.
Half-court trap, little press.
Arrows handle it pretty nice. Big thing on playing these zones is to as an offensive player is to move to a spot that the passer can see you, like right there.
As McClagan's gonna steal it and take it up for a layup, and she's gonna make it.
Right there, that's got to be a ball fake.
Get her to bite, maybe hit a little back cut there.
Yep.
But good defense by McClagan to read the pass and take it.
Middle.
Brookings gonna press a little farther up here, and we're getting a 10-second violation. So good pressure by Brookings forces a turnover.
Yep, they've extended that out. They learned real quickly. We got to do something here to dictate the pace a little bit more.
I don't believe we saw this in the first game that these two played against each other. So Brookings trying to throw something different out at the Arrows. Connaught has it. She's gonna dish it over to, as McClagan now has it. She's gonna throw it into the post.
Good help.
And it's gonna be a loose ball. It's gonna be picked up, and the layup's up, and it's off the rim. And we're gonna scrum for it. Brookings gonna come down with the rebound. And that shot might have got blocked. Brookings gets another rebound, and that one is in from
Nice
Burns.
reverse layup.
Good hustle there by Brookings to keep getting the rebounds, and good layup from Burns. We're gonna get a trap here, and we're gonna get a jump ball. Possession arrow will be for Brookings.
Something we got to get away from is picking up the dribble and waiting for that trap to come get you.
As soon as Watertown picks up the dribble, Brookings is pouncing on them. Getting those jump balls, turnovers, 10-second violations.
Got number 10 coming in, Taylor Connaught.
Clagan is guarded by Rimmers. She goes to her left. She gets it to Connaught. Up to Delbridge, and it's gonna be off the arrows. Brookings will retain possession under the basket. Into McClagan. Into the post to Connaught. She's gonna put up a floater, and that one goes in.
It's a nice move, nice step through.
We're gonna trap, and we're getting another turnover. We got a fast break here, and we're gonna get a foul in the arrows. Jordan Rimmers, that's gonna be her first.
Got a timeout here by Coach Rohde, and just got to remind the girls, hey, you got to meet the pass. You can't go away from them. Makes that pass longer, and you got team trapping like that.
But this is smart from Brookings. You know, first possession you lay back, but then as soon as Watertown comes up the court, you pressure them. And Watertown, I don't think expected this tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like when that injury occurred for Brookings, you know, they got to find a different way, and they're doing it right now. Still only a 3-point game.
And we're only 4 minutes in, so still very early, though.
Yep.
Looks like Gabby Olson and Livia Stemwodoff checked in for the Arrows here.
Lily Mack's back into the game, too, it looks like.
So it'll be Brookings' ball. Inbounding.
You know, both these teams have had a pretty tough schedule so far. They've played some of the tougher teams in the state, so they're both looking forward to the second half of the year, I would imagine.
Connaught puts up the three. It's off the rim, and that's going to go off the, looks like it went off the arrows, and yes, it will be Brookings' ball.
Andy Olson back in the game for Kinsey Russell.
To Delbridge, it's a good move. You know, put up the layup, and it's no good, and Mack
push it.
gets the rebound. Someone's got to come help her. She needs to get the stem waddle. And Brookings going to sit back in their 2-3 zone again. See if the Arrows can break this. As Mack's going to drive with her right. She's going to dish it out to Gabby Olson for three. It's no good, but Lydia Stemwaddle is going to get the rebound. Kick it out to Ellie Thury for three. And she hits it again. 2 for 2 from three.
Tying it up. Nice shot by Thury.
2 threes from Ellie Thury have tied this game up at 6. It's Connaught, and almost gets stolen to, I believe, her sister, but I could be wrong on that. And McClagan's going to put up a 3, and that one's going to be no good. And now
You don't want to see her shooting those.
But she's going to pick up the loose ball and put up the layup. McClagan answers, puts the Bobcats back up by 2.
We can't leave her now.
We're going to get a trap, and looks like we're going to get a foul McClagan. But as you said, Watertown's got to stop getting trapped back in their back court. And if you do, you got to get help. Remmers gonna dribble up over to Mack. Into Ellie 30, back out to Remmers for 3, and she hits it. Watertown.
Seems like a simple little thing there, but just getting that pass inside to that free throw line, now the defense collapses and you can kick it to someone open, and that's big.
And they're getting their open shots and they're hitting them tonight. So Watertown has a 9-8 lead here. McClagan, Connet's gonna come set a screen. As Olmutz gets stolen, over to Hook. She's gonna drive, guarded tightly by Mack. And it's gonna be a loose ball. Gonna get to Connet.
Nice block.
As Burns, as she gets blocked.
Straight up.
And we're gonna get a shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Arrows. Good pressure, not letting Brookings drive or get open looks.
Good to see the Arrow girls are competing here today. You know, I know they've gotten down early in some games, and I think the heads start to hang a little bit, but they're fighting today, and I think this is what we're gonna see all day.
As Harris checked in for Brookings there. As Andy Olson's gonna get it over to Lily Mack. He's gonna get dish out to Remmers. As Mack is gonna get fouled while going up for the shot. I believe she'll go to the line for 2. She will.
Good old-fashioned ball fake, gets her next level,
and her first one's gonna go in and out. Mack's second one is nothing but net, and Watertown increases their lead to 2. Looks like the Arrows might be set up in a bit of a zone here right now. Looks like a 2-3. See how Brookings can break this.
might actually be a 3-2. I know Coach Rory likes to play a 3-2. It's similar.
As the air
meant to guard that perimeter a little more.
As the air ball goes right to Burns, and she puts the layup up.
Middle.
Mack inside, and that one's no good, but it's a good cut and good look. Arrows are gonna pressure deep here. And they're gonna drop back into man. McClagan open to Connet. She's gonna drive and she's gonna get fouled. Remmers, I believe that's her second personal. Just fouls you can't have reaching
just
in.
Don't need to do that. You know, as coaches, you talk to your kids about, you got to play defense with your feet. You got to move. You got to get into a position to stop the offensive player. Then if they hang the ball out there, maybe you can tip it, but you can't use your hands to try to stop a player. You'll get called every time.
Delbridge's shot is no good. Kinsey Russell gets the rebound. Over to Gabby Olson, to Andy Olson. Back over to Russell, to Mack. And she's gonna throw it into dangerous. Russell's gonna catch it though, and looks like she's gonna get fouled going up for a shot, and looks like she will go to the line for 2.
One thing I like about Russell's game is she is probably the most consistent with ball fake and trying to get inside like that, and whether it's a layup or a little jumper. But getting into that part of the court, it gives you an advantage because you can kick it out for a shot, you can take the little shot. Defender comes up and picks you up, maybe the post player's open, so.
Russell's first shot, rattles in, excuse me. Her second. It's nothing but net, and the Arrows increase their lead to 2 as Russell goes 2 for 2 from the line. So So Arrows are going to full court press here. Be interested. They're going to try to trap McClagan, and looks like this is going to be successful. And we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrows going to be to the Arrows. So now Watertown kind of breaks out the full court press from the trap. We'll see how Brookings responds to that.
Yeah, I like to see that. You know, we haven't done it a lot this year, but I think we have the ability. So it's kind of a little chess match going on between coaches here.
Step middle for three. It's no good, and Brookings gonna get the rebound. And we're gonna get a foul on Lily Mack. That one's another one where it's just unnecessary when you're 95 feet from your basket. So Brookings gonna have 8 seconds here to put up a shot. Clayton's gonna push it up the court. She's gonna drive, she's gonna kick it out. Shot is up, and it is no good, and Arrow's gonna get the rebound to end this first quarter.
Good quarter play for both teams, I think.
Arrows lead after the first quarter, 12-10. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to the Civic Arena, where the Arrows lead 12-10 over the Bobcats. Interesting stat from that first quarter. Both teams have 4 turnovers. I mean, that might sound like a lot, but featuring the last time these two played, I would think both coaches would take that so far.
Yeah, I think yes and no. I mean, definitely better than the last time we played, but that's still an emphasis. I'm sure they're talking about, you know, just cleaning that up a little bit. But, you know, good points-wise for both teams. You know, Brookings, again, learning to play now without one of their best players. So they've come out and trapped a little bit. Both teams have played some zone. Arrows have played some man as well. Got to take note that Jordan Remmers, I believe, has 2 fouls. So she's going to have to be careful. She's the only one that has that foul trouble. She's on the floor to start the second here, so she's going to have to be smart with that.
Yes, but I think both teams would take that first quarter. You know, both coaches said that they had problems scoring when we talked to them before the game. And, you know, 12-10 might not seem like a lot, but I think both teams would take it so far.
Yeah, you know, and I'll be honest, like, if these teams get into the 40-point range, which I know they're capable of doing more, but getting to that area and then, you know, shutting down the other team on defense is going to be, you know, the name of this game, because both teams, I think, average in the 30s points per game. I think Brookings is like 32, Arrows are like 37 or something like that.
I have it. Brookings is averaging 32.1 points per game, and the Arrows are averaging 35.
35, okay. And they each give up in the 50s. So, you know, that doesn't spell success for any program. Looks like we had an issue with the basketball. They're getting a different ball here. Craig Boyens, AD for Watertown, looking for a new ball here. So,
but I'd also say both teams that last quarter had a lot of good looks too at the basket. You know, Watertown had a lot of open threes. Brookings did a good job driving, you know, getting steals, getting open layups. So we'll see what both teams' adjustments would be coming into the second quarter here. Boyens is still over there looking for a good basketball. I don't know what is wrong with the original one we had, but looks like we've got it figured out here. So looks like Watertown's going to put their 5 original starters out on the court to start the second quarter. As we mentioned a little earlier, Jordan Remmers has 2 fouls, so got to be careful, but you know, that's trust from Coach Rody, you know, putting her in, you know, trusting her not to pick up her 3rd foul.
I think this will be a big quarter for both teams. Try to get some momentum going into halftime here. I just would like to see against that pressure for the Arrows to get some ball fakes and backdoor cuts. I've said it in other games, and I don't want to be a broken record, but just being able to attack pressure is how you kind of make teams go, okay, we can't do that now. So
especially if Brookings comes out in a man, you know, those ball fakes and back cuts are going to be your keys to success. So we have a new ball.
I think they're just getting it aired up a little bit here, making sure
Brookings will have possession to start the second quarter as Watertown just had the jump ball at the end of the first.
We wanted to make sure Tom Brady wasn't in charge of those basketballs. They might be a little flat, not sure.
Yes. So we'll pull up a live chat here. I just remembered to do that.
I'm going to have to remind Craig that he's kind of full of hot air sometimes, that he should be able to get this thing filled up a little quicker. All right, I think we got her figured out here. Technical difficulties with the basketball.
So we've only got one chat here. We've got Darren Van Meester with the Let's Go Arrows. Thank you. I also want to shout out to my mom. She was begging me a little earlier today for a shout out. So shout out, Mom, for printing out all my notes today.
You mean she's actually watching or listening?
I think she is.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Arrow's gonna come out and man here.
Does she ever have things for you to, like, hey, work on this when you get home? Like,
yeah, she usually tells me some stuff.
If she has some tips for me, let me know.
So Brookings gonna take possession here after that went off of one of the arrows out of bounds. Conant will inbound over to Hook for three, and it's no good.
Rebound.
Kinsey Russell gets the
push.
rebound.
Who's open?
She's gonna push it up the court. She got Ellie Thury open. She's her late, but Lily Mack into Thury. Good pass.
And a foul.
And we're gonna get an out of bounds off Brookings. Might have been a foul, but didn't get called. We're gonna get replay here.
Not a bad possession. Just like to see, when we're bringing the ball, keep your head up a little bit. There's some girls that are open, so.
Brookings continues in their 2-3 zone. Kinsey Russell's gonna drive. She's gonna kick it out for three from Jordan Remmers, and she hits it again. That's her second three of the day. Two arrows have made 2 threes today. Ellie Thury and Jordan Remmers.
Good to see those go in, isn't it, Conrad? Just don't want to rely on them necessarily, because I'd still like to see some easier baskets underneath. Like,
good pass.
Like Brookings just got nice pass.
Good pass and good shot.
Burns, if I remember right, she probably had a sister that wore that same number that was pretty good. So another family name that we've. I think that stays here.
No, it's going to go off Brookings.
Yeah, I think she touched it.
Coach McClagan thinks opposite, and he gets it, as that one is deemed to go off of thrown out by Watertown, and Rhodey's got some words to say.
One of those calls that either coach is probably not going to be happy with the outcome. It was close. Hard to tell.
Seen that happen a couple times before. They'll get it right back.
And as usual, we have the luxury of maybe watching a replay where the official has to make that in real time. So
yeah, shout out to our Aero TV crew for getting these great replays for us. Olsen's gonna get trapped, but she's gonna get it out to Mack, who keeps it in, and she's gonna throw it. As a good steal by McClagan, but she saw 30 a little earlier. She could have had her. McClagan's gonna put up a layup. It's gonna be no good. See if she can get it to Lily Mack up court. Doesn't see her, and she's gonna turn it over, trying to throw it across court. If you keep your head up there, you can see Mack and get it to her, and maybe she can just drive at, pick up a foul or pick up a layup there. So Brookings is gonna reset it up top. Over to Burns. To McClagan.
Travel.
We get no call there on travel. As this one's gonna be dished out to Burns. She's gonna drive. Gonna put up a shot. It's gonna be no good.
Good rebound.
And Ellie Thury's gonna get the rebound.
Ellie Thury is having a nice day. She's doing just what she needs to do on the defensive end, and she's dropped in a couple threes on the offensive end. So
Andy Olsen at the top of the key. To Lily Mack. Out to Thury. To Russell. Arrows having good ball movement here. Remmers to Olsen. Olsen with the shot fake. She's gonna drive, and we're gonna get a foul call. Good ball movement there from Arrows leads to a pump fake and a drive and a foul.
Yeah, willing to get to the rim and get that foul. That's how you start putting pressure on the defense. They start reaching, they get in the foul trouble. Maybe some of their key players that they're one person short today. So if you can get some of their other main players on the bench with foul trouble.
Andy Olson's first one rattles in, and we haven't talked about this a lot, but even though Watertown did lose against Yankton in their last game, they did play a lot better, I thought.
Yeah, they had a pretty good game. You know, that last quarter, Yankton girls just played really well, shot the ball really well, and just got away from us. But yeah, I'd say for 3 quarters, it was a good basketball game.
Andy Olson makes her second as well. Arrows are shooting pretty well from the free throw line tonight too.
So far, yeah.
McClagan for 3, and that one is in. Cuts the lead to 2. McClagan with her first three-pointer of the night.
Yeah, too easy there. I mean, that's the one person right now I wouldn't want to see shooting the ball for them, and
let alone wide open too. And looks like we're gonna get a travel call on the Arrows. Kinsey Russell. So been a very good game so far, I would say today. Unlike some of the last ones we've called.
yeah, just you know, again, a few unnecessary errors here, but otherwise, I think that both teams are getting the ball to go in a little bit today.
Burns, McClagan. She's gonna drive and put up a floater, and
Nice
she's gonna
little
get
move
it.
there.
Oh, it's a good
Just
shot.
a pretty shot there.
You know,
Good player.
it wasn't bad defense from the Arrows, but just better offense sometimes. And Arrows gonna turn it over. We're gonna get a steal, and we're gonna get a missed layup, but then an offensive rebound, and that one's gonna be fouled, and she puts up the shot. As Hook will go to the line for 2.
We just gotta be comfortable having the ball in our hands, and
Hook's first one goes in as Brookings, I believe for the first time tonight, takes the lead. Or no, not
Second time.
second time tonight, excuse me. First time this quarter.
yep, they were up, I think, 6-3 at one point,
And Watertown, I think, had a couple threes and a foul and took the lead back. But Brookings with their first lead at the second quarter. The second one is no good, but Brookings is going to get originally got the rebound, but she stepped out of bounds, so Watertown will take the ball. Jordan Remmers will handle the ball up court. She's going to pass it to Stemwaddle. Over to Gabby Olson, who's trapped, and
pick your dribble up there.
we're going to get another jump ball possession.
Exactly what they want us to do.
Possession will stay with the Arrows, but another good job of Brookings forcing a held ball. And
Yep.
Arrows got I believe that's the 3rd one tonight. Or this afternoon, excuse me.
Come to
Stemwaddle,
her. There you go.
get over to Russell. Russell will drive. She's going to need some help. And it's going to get to Remmers. To Olson, to Stemwaddle again. To Mack. To Kinsey Russell for 3. That one's off the rim. Arrow's going to get the rebound.
You clock.
Out to Remmers. To Mack, who's wide open for 3. And that one's no good as Brookings
luck,
going to get
though.
the rebound. Potential for a fast break. And good defense by Remmers.
Get nervous as a coach when one of your better players has 2 fouls and she does a play like that. I mean,
Worked out that time.
it's interpretation by a referee sometimes as to is that a reach or not. So
Worked out that time.
yeah,
Might not be so lucky next time that happens.
that's part of who she is, though. You kind of have to take it.
And
She
there
helps
she
to-
does get her 3rd, I believe.
Yeah. She's going to get steals, and sometimes she's going to get called.
So Remmers picks up her 3rd, and she's going to have to sit for a while probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing she may come back, start the second half, but
Delbridge is gonna get it back, and we're gonna get a held ball, and possession will go to Brookings. And Lily Mack looks to be shaken up a little bit, slow getting up, and she will check out.
2 teams fighting for the ball. You would like to see that as a coach. Ball is on the ground, you're going down, getting it. Sometimes somebody gets landed on, unfortunately. I think she's going to be okay, though.
Delbridge
Nice
with a good
left hand.
post move, and that one's gonna fall. Brookings extends the lead to 3. Now we're gonna get a turnover here from the Arrows.
Looks like number 34, Emma Olson, is in the game for the
That's her first time checking in, I believe.
Arrows,
As
freshman.
Hook puts up her shot, and that one's no good. Berglund gets the rebound. She's going to kick it out to Russell. Or no, Andy Olson, excuse me. Back to Berglund, to Thury, who's wide open for 3. Can she hit another one? No.
It's good
off
look.
the rim, but another good look. But cannot come. Cannon comes down with the rebound, or was that was Delbridge? Excuse me, Delbridge with the rebound. And we're gonna get double screen maybe. Nope, she's gonna drive. Here we go off her foot, I believe, and looks like another held ball.
Arrow ball here.
That one, Arrow's ball will be on this one. As McClagan checks right back in for the Bobcats. Short break for her. And that one's gonna go to Thury. Olson's gonna get a travel.
Hey, it's good look. I like that we're attacking this here a little bit. Just didn't quite get her feet under her, but it's good, good cut. Not sure if Emma Olson has been in the varsity games yet this year.
I don't know if she has either. This is the first time I can remember, at least, seeing her in varsity games. So we're gonna get
A little pick, moving pick there, yeah.
legal screen.
Legal screen, yeah.
Arrows will take the ball.
Kind of stuck her knee out, it looked like.
So we got 2:04 left here in the second quarter with Brookings with a slim 20-17 lead. As Olson's gonna get it, and she's gonna turn it over because once again she doesn't have any help. She's gonna try to make a play with it.
Russell back in the game for Gabby Olson. Couple seniors, couple juniors, and a freshman on the floor for the Arrows.
This might be the first time all year we've had this rotation of 5 players in a game. As we're gonna get a foul on Ellie Thury, and I don't think the Watertown crowd agrees with that call.
Yeah, she got there just a bit late. Her arm came down. I mean, I'd have to agree with that call. Not a popular
We're gonna get a
opinion as a Arrow fan,
We're gonna
probably.
get a replay here, and I kind of agree. I believe that was a foul. As Burns with a good move, and she doesn't get the shot to fall, but another good look. Russell's gonna end up with the rebound. She's gonna need some help. She gets it from Andy Olson, and she's gonna get it across half court just in time. Mack is gonna throw it across court to Russell, who's gonna get the 30 for wide open for 3. It's no good, but another good look. As we're gonna get offensive rebound from Andy Olson. She's gonna get a foul called.
That was a nice ball movement, getting it cross court, gets that defense moving, and allows you to drive or get that open look. So nice job by the Arrow girls. You know, and I'd say at this point of the season, you know, getting those kids in like Emma Olson, just getting those minutes and that experience, that's just going to pay off for them as the year goes on.
Stemlo puts up the shot and hits it and gets the foul. Look, going to the line for an and one.
Another freshman on the floor for the Arrows. So it's good to see we've got a little bit of youth coming here as well.
Good inbound play for the Arrows results in a basket and a foul. So see if she can hit the free throw to tie this game up.
Good three-point play there the old way.
Free throw is nothing but net, and we tie this game up at 20 with 1:15 left to go in the second quarter. Arrow's gonna full court press, and we're gonna get a foul on Lily Mack. Looked like a reach in or a block. As now Brookings, both teams, any further fouls will be going to the line. So Brody's gonna tell his team to back off and play man. Clayton's gonna walk it up. She's gonna get a double screen.
Good D there.
Over to Hook, who's gonna drive, and that one's gonna go off stem waddle. Brookings will keep the ball, but good defense here from the Arrows. And we're going to get a timeout called by Brookings.
30-second.
30-second timeout here. Try to get his team reorganized, relaxed before this last 50 seconds of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, now you got 51 seconds. You get a shot here, and you get an early shot here. You get the ball back again. So they could play a little 2-for-1 here if they get the shot up here fairly early. They'll have a nice little out-of-bounds set, I'm sure. And
see what Coach McClagan can draw up on his board.
Yeah, so far I think we've got the game we were expecting, 20-20. I mean, been pretty competitive. Kids are fighting. It's good to see. There's some competitiveness out there.
You know, tight. I mean, yeah, as you said, we expected this. You know, tight game, a lot of hustle. You know, rivalry game. You know, two teams wanting to come out here with a win, and you know, this is a big game for seeding too. As both teams are trying to be able to make it into the sort of 16. As they're going to throw it out to McClagan, who's going to put up the 3, and it's going to be airballed, and it's going to go out of bounds, and the Arrows will take the ball. But another good look for Brookings.
Yeah, and you know, she was out probably a little farther than she likes to be, but she's got a nice looking shot. It just came up short there, but I still wouldn't want to give it to her again.
Arrows are able to get it across half court before Russell gets strapped. She gets the ball back, and she can get over Stemwell. See if we can relax a little bit. She can get into Berglund. Berglund's going to drive and put up a shot. It's going to be no good. Bobcats with the rebound.
Yep, Brookings can hold for 1 here now. Got a good look, though.
Looks like that's what they're going to do. McClagan's going to hold, I believe. Looks like they're going to set a double screen again. See what she can do. Arrows are going to switch everything here. Connet has it. She can get over to Burns. Burns is going to drive. And it's going to go to Connet. And she's going to put up a shot, and it's going to be no good.
Good defense by the Arrow girls.
Good defense from the Arrows, and we're going to have a tied game going into halftime, 20-20.
Can't get much closer than that, Conrad.
No, good first half from both teams. You know, maybe a little bit more scoring than we would have expected, but I don't think anyone's complaining about it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as coaches, you go in the halftime, you've definitely got some things that you can talk about to improve on, but you also have a lot of positives. You know, we made some shots. We had some good ball movement at times. Again, I think both coaches will talk about cleaning up some of the turnovers, but, you know, again, it's not one of those situations where we've been in. I think both teams have been in where they've gone into halftime going, well, this game is kind of over. Now we got to just work on our things that we got to improve on. And here they're going to be talking about how to win a game. So that's exciting for them both.
Both teams in this game, 20-20 game, very competitive. We will be back for the second half on Arrow TV.
I'm Gabby Olson, and I'm a junior. If you ever visit my house, you have to see my really fat dog, Bogey. The person I looked up to the most is my dad, probably. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to golf. If I could take a high school class over again, it would be Algebra 2. If I could learn to play any musical instrument, I would play the piano.
Hi, I'm Andy Olson. I'm a junior. My favorite high school memory is going to Rapid last year. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to read. The person I look up to the most is probably my brother. If I had to eat one meal every day for the rest of my life, it would be probably steak. If I were a character in any movie, I would want to be Spider-Man, probably.
Hi, my name is Lily Mack, and I'm a junior at Watertown High School. My favorite high school memory is when we went to Rapid for basketball and the showers weren't working. The person I look up to the most is my mom. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to read. If I could be any animal, I'd be a giraffe. And if I could be any superhero, I would be Superwoman. If I won the lottery, I would save it all and donate it.
My name is Emmy. I'm a sophomore. My favorite high school memory is probably playing softball. The person I look up to most is probably my parents. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to play softball. If I could be any animal, I would probably be an otter. If I could be any superhero, I would be Superman. If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world.
Hi, I'm Jordan Remmers and I'm a junior. My go-to meal is chicken bacon ranch. My favorite pro sports team is the UConn basketball team. My favorite TV show is Gilmore Girls. The person I look up to the most is my grandma. And when I'm not playing basketball, I like to hang out with friends and go to church. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go to the Bahamas.
I'm Malia Kranza, I'm a senior. The person I look up to the most is my sister Amara. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to sit around and sleep. My favorite meal to cook is ramen because I have it every day. If I were a pro wrestler, my name would be Pipsqueak. In a zombie apocalypse, the person I want on my team is Kinsey.
Hi, I'm Lydia Stemwittle. I'm a freshman. If you ever visit my house, you have to see my living room. The person I look up to most is my mom. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to hang out with my friends. If I could take a high school class over again, it would be, I'm a freshman. If I could learn to play any musical instrument, I would probably do the drums.
My name is Ellie and I'm a senior. My favorite high school memory is probably just like any of the ones from sports. The person I look up to the most is my sister Emery. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to cook and bake. If I could be any animal, I would probably be a dolphin. If I could be any superhero, I'd be Supergirl because she has like all the powers. If I won the lottery, I would probably just buy a big house.
We're going to send it down to Mason Mogg for a sideline interview.
Going into the second half, we are here 20-20 tied, Watertown and Brookings. Going into the second half, Watertown's got to take care of the ball better. They had 12 turnovers, but they've been looking a lot better on the three-point line, and the free throws shooting 83%. And rebounding on both sides of the ball on offense and defense, not allowing those second point chances. And then getting around that pressure that Brookings is applying. For Brookings, they got to take care of the ball as well. They had 7 turnovers. Guard better on the three-point line. But they also have their leading scorer, Sloan McClagan, with 2 fouls. So they kind of got to be a little safe on that. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Yeah, I think Mason hit that one on the head. We don't even have to say anything now, do we, Conrad?
No, I mean, he did our jobs for us,
He
I
did
think.
it for us. And then there's probably some people listening right now that like don't even want to listen to me anyhow, so that's probably a good thing. But no, I have to agree, you know. First, before we talk about the game, I just want to put a shout out here to the people running this whole thing, Ryan Remmers and his crew. It's fun to see you guys in high school, you, Conrad, and Mason. And just another avenue for high school kids to, you know, be a part of something. Whether you're playing in a game, whether you're in a band, or if you're announcing, I think it's just another avenue. So that's pretty cool. But you know, going back to the game, Conrad, you know, I was thinking about this at halftime a little bit with rivalries. You know, Brookings and Watertown, I think, is pretty good rivalry. But where does that rank, you know, amongst the big rivalries in this nation? Like, are we at the level of a Duke, North Carolina, SDSU, USD? Where do you think we're at with that, Conrad?
Well, I'm very mixed on it because Brookings, I would say, is our biggest rival, but I can't speak for the other grades, but at least like me and like my friends and like the kids who are Brookings our age, we're pretty relaxed with each other, but like we don't hate each other that much. But obviously, we're still big rivals. You know, Watertown, Brookings. So you know,
a friendly rivalry.
Yeah,
right?
I would rank Watertown Brookings probably number 1, just because the proximity. You know, 45 minutes up or down I-29. You know, because I'd probably rank Brookings 1. I mean, I would probably put Pierre at 2 over Aberdeen. Not that we don't hate Aberdeen either. Just, you know.
Where's Huron fall into that mix with the Arrows, you think?
Honestly, not thinking about this a little more, I would group Brookings, Pierre, and Huron all together.
I would almost think that Huron and the Arrows, that's almost more of a love-hate relationship there than some of our other ones. But, you know, some good competition, you know, of all these towns that we've talked about. But getting back to the game here, you know, as they get ready for the second half to start here, what do you think, you know, besides what Mason just talked about, you know, what do we need to do to get out quick here maybe for the Arrows, you think?
I think when, you know, if we're going to get a defensive rebound or if we're getting a steal on defense, we got to be looking up while we're dribbling the ball so you can get those fast breaks. Because there's a couple of times where, not to call anyone particular, but Kinsey Russell, you know, had a rebound or a steal or something, and Lily Mack was darting up the court, and you know she could have got it to her, and you know she can drive, you know, maybe make a layup, force a foul, go to the line, and she just didn't see her, or she couldn't get the pass off. So I would say that's one of the big things for me. Watertown could get a few more, you know, fast break points if they, you know, look up, you know, get it out quick, fair fast breaks.
Yeah, you know, I have to agree. You know, and sometimes the pressure that Brookings has been putting on us, it's hard to dribble when there's 4 sets of hands and they're trying to steal the ball. So it's easy for us to sit here and say, oh, geez, you got to get the ball up the court. But
we're not the
when
ones
you're
playing.
in it, because I wrote a book on turnovers when I played high school basketball. So, you know, when you're in it, it's a different deal. But yeah, if we can, I agree. We get the rebound and we can turn and get an outlet maybe and push it a little bit. That'll take Brookings out of their ability to set up any kind of a press. So that, I think, could be a difference maker for us in the second half. So.
And for Brookings, if I were them, I would stay in the 2-3 zone that they're playing. You know, Watertown's getting a couple open threes that they're hitting, but overall, I think that's been much better for them than man has been.
Yeah, you know, and I don't know if, you know, for the Arrows on defense, you know, we've kind of gone back and forth a little bit from the man to the zone. I think the biggest thing is we just got to move our feet and keep them out. You know, I don't want to see the Sloan McLagan shooting 3-pointers, but I don't want to see them driving and getting to the basket or getting fouled. So
I wouldn't be shocked if Watertown came out in a 2-3 to start the second half, or a 3-2, just because, you know, Watertown is in a little bit of foul trouble. Jordan Remmers has 3, I believe. Maybe one or 2 more players have 2 fouls. I don't know exactly. So
yeah, I think Lily Mack's got a couple, and then Remmers has 3. So she'll have to be careful. She can't be reaching in, and she's going to have to be very smart.
As McLagan gets a wide open look to start the second half and hits it. Great pass there.
Little backdoor cut. Nobody called out the screen.
Wide open. And we're going to get a turnover from the Arrows. This just goes off Andy Olsen's hands. Brookings is, you know, I know it's very early in the second half, but already got some momentum going.
Yeah.
So looks like the Arrows are staying in. Man. Burns to McCoglin. Travel.
Good switch. Caused that turnover.
Just that little hop there from McCoglin, and they're going to call that every time. So Brookings is going to stay in their press. Looks like they might even be pressing a little higher up. Good break there from the Arrows. And then you get to Remmers, and Brookings is going to fall back into their 2-3. Maybe even no, it's you know, it's 2-3. Just had to change there a little bit. Lily Mack with a good shot fake. She's dribbling for a 2. It's going to be no good, but Ellie Thury's going to get the rebound. She's going to put it up and get fouled. So she'll go to the line for 2.
There's Ellie Thury again, like you said in the first half, just having a nice game. There she was in position again, and good rebound, gets fouled, gets to the line. So.
And, you know, a good ball fake from Lily Mack opens that open shot, and then Ellie Thury's there for the rebound. So
and that's Taylor Connett's second foul, looks like.
Thury's first one is no good.
And that's been a story for this game too. You know, that's kept us in this game with the free throws shooting that we've had. So hopefully we can continue to knock them in.
32nd one was nothing but net. So she goes 1 for 2 from the line, cuts the deficit to 1. And look, now the Arrows are gonna press up a little higher. See if they can trap McCoglin. Now they're gonna drop back. And
sometimes you do that just to get that shot clock down a little.
Almost got a 10-second violation. It was a good move from Kana, and she's gonna hit the shot.
Good move. Lily Mack just gotta stay on her feet, not go for that head fake.
Throw up to Andy Olson. They're gonna get Kinsey Russell. She's gonna drive, and that one's gonna go off the Arrows, and it'll be Brookings' ball.
Yeah, we had what we wanted there. Just got a little out of control there and make a hard pass there, but again, I think the theme here, Conrad, just from what we talked about a little bit ago, is just head up, get the ball up the court, because there's some girls that are open.
Burns is going to drive. She's going to put up the layup and get fouled by Lily Mack, I believe.
Yeah.
She'll go to the line for 2. No, another good ball movement from Brookings and just driving. You know, you might get a foul. And yeah, that's definitely a foul on Mack. Kind of just bumps into her while she's going up. Burns' first shot is no good. Burns' second one is a swish, and Brookings ups their lead to 4 as Burns goes 1 for 2 from the line. Look, got a wide open layup, just if they can get it there. Mack's gonna put it up, and oh, they're gonna get the rebound. Andy Olson with a good shot fake. She's gonna put up a floater, and that one's gonna be an air ball. And Brookings will take the ball.
They swung the ball nicer, got in there and got a nice little shot. Maybe you got partially blocked, I'm not sure, but just not a bad move.
McCoglin over to Conant, over to Burns. Burns almost at the top of the key, or back to McCoglin. Gonna drive, and we're gonna get a floater, but she's gonna get fouled while going up.
Now, who's that on? That might be number 4
on Mack.
Not sure.
Hook was the one who got fouled going up, so she goes to the line for 2 more. First one is no good.
No, it was on Andy Olson.
So Remmers checks out, and Mack, I believe, checks out for the Arrows.
Well, it looks like Andy Olson checked out. I think Remmers is still in there.
Russell to stem Weddle. And we're gonna get a 10-second violation.
No, they called timeout.
Guys, we already got a timeout in right before.
You know, I notice our girls, we tend to get the ball and go into a dribble instead of look down the court. So
we get a 30-second timeout here. What do you think the Arrows need to change after these first few minutes in the second half?
Just said, I mean, breaking that pressure, you're going to break it a lot easier with passing. Sometimes you got to dribble through it, but when we get the ball, we got to be strong with it and look right away. Who's that open person and snap that ball to them? Then you can get into that 3-on-2 or 2-on-1, attack the rim, and either you get a layup or you get to the free throw line. So I think that's right now the big thing I'm seeing. Defensively, though, I think we're not doing too bad right now. We got to make sure we get that rebound. But
get the rebound and stop fouling, as Brookings already has, I believe, 2 or 3 points from the cheer strip. So Remmers will take it up court for the Arrows. She can get the stem Weddle, and she's gonna get trapped. She's gonna dribble out of it, and she's gonna get fouled.
So they call that on. Looks like Hook, Harper Hook, freshman, number 40.
Remmers will come get the inbound. Over to Stemweddle. Back to Remmers at the top of the key. Back to Stemweddle. Should get it to Thury. To Remmers underneath. Gets it to Kinsey Russell for a wide open three.
Oh,
and that banks in.
We'll have to ask her after the game if she called that. We'll take it.
Kinsey Russell banks in the three to cut the lead to 1, 25-24.
Anybody can swish one, Conrad, but you got to put a little, real fun into the game, right?
The real ones are the ones who can bank it in.
Yeah.
So Hook is going to drive with her left, and she's going to get a good move, and it's going to go off the rim.
Very good move.
Remmers going to get the rebound. She's going to push it up court. Going to take it back a little bit. She's going to get Gabby Olsen for a deep three. That one's off the rim. That one, I think she should have laid off to someone else, or maybe took a dribble in before taking that.
Good defense there.
And we're at timeout, Brookings.
Yep, good defense, forced them into a timeout, so.
I believe we have a full minute timeout here from Brookings.
Lily Mack and Andy Olson coming back into the game, it looks like. For Remmers and Thury, I think, are coming out, so.
When I'm not playing basketball, I like to cook and bake. If I can be any animal.
You know, now you just want to, you know, sometimes when these timeouts get taken and you've been playing a certain style defense, you, as a coach, you sometimes, if you were in man, you go to a zone here thinking that they're going to drop a play, you know, for a specific type of defense, and then it comes out and you're like, oh, gee, that was a waste of timeout. But see what Coach Rohde's got up his sleeve here.
So I wouldn't be shocked if Brookings has a play they're going to run coming out of this timeout. Maybe you get McCoggin at the top of the key in the double screen, and she might drive. She could kick it out for a three. We'll see what they draw up here, but.
Yeah, you know, I agree. I think they might look at a way of getting McCoggin open on, you know, maybe she swings through on the baseline and they can reverse the ball for maybe a look at three-point line or something like that. But she hasn't had really a good look yet this half.
She's going to get it over to Hook. She's going to get the Connet. Back to McCagan. Over to Hook. To Connet for three. And she responds with a three of her own. And she increases the lead back to 4 for the Bobcats.
There's a good pass.
To Gabby Olsen for a wide open layup, and she hits it, cuts the lead back down to 2. Good pass, good passing from the Arrows, creates the open layup.
That was a nice job breaking pressure. If we could do that a little more consistently, teams will back off a little bit more.
Delbridge, and we're gonna get not a held ball. This Connet's gonna drive, put up a shot, and that one's gonna fall. So Stemweddle is gonna take it up court, and it's gonna go off of McCoglin.
Looks like
off of McCoglin, and Arrows will keep the ball. So Brookings looks like they're gonna back off, back into the 2-3 zone again. See if the Arrows can get some open threes here.
Let's get some good ball movement and create opportunities. And if that three-pointer is a shot, absolutely.
Stemweddle's gonna drive, put up the shot, and she's gonna bank that one in.
Maybe a little bit of a force, but just, you know, hey, sometimes that's the kind of thing that gets you going. Get inside, like I said, if you can get into that part of the court, it's gonna create opportunities. I thought they defended it actually pretty well. She made a tough shot, so.
And no one puts up Burns, and she puts up the layup. But as that Stemweddle shot, I mean, I think all ones that go in the basket you're gonna take.
Burns has done a nice job stepping in here today for.
And Stemweddle's gonna turn it over as Connet's gonna get the steal. And she's gonna get it back to McCoglin, and she's gonna reset it at the top of the key. Looks like Brookings is trying to set up a play here. As they will, as Harris has it, over to Burns, back to McCoglin. She gets it to Burns. Burns will drive baseline. dish it over to Conant, and she gets fouled and hits it for the and one. She goes to the line for a three-point play.
And that's Remmer's fourth. A lot of good things has happened for Brookings there. Made the basket, got to the line.
Good ball movement.
Picked up number 4 on Remmers.
Good ball movement too. So Remmers is going to check out. Yes, Remmers is going to check out of this game immediately. I believe she might sit for a little bit till at least start at the fourth quarter. As Conant misses her chance for the three-point play as Kinsey Russell gets the rebound. Brookings is going to back way off into their zone as Olsen has it. 30 has it. Over to Olsen for three. That one, I believe, got tipped. And looks like Burns ended up with the rebound as McCoglin gets it. It's going to be saved by Harris. It's going to get poked out by 30. She's going to get the loose ball,
and
put up the layup,
there we go.
And the shot falls for the and one. As now she will go to the line for a possible three-point play. Great hustle play there from 30.
Can't tell if that's her hair, if it's a cape, but she's kind of playing like a superhero right now for us. She's stepped in when we needed her. You know, got us going early. That's a big momentum right there for us because, you know, we were looking at going down by possibly 8. Now it's 4, could be, still 4-point game.
It's going to stay at 4, but still, that's a big momentum swing there. Or it could end up being a big momentum swing if the Arrows can get a couple stops. Over to Conant. Conant's gonna get it over to Hook. Looks like McCoglin trying to get the ball, but she can't get it as Hook is gonna drive, and we're gonna get
a charge
called. Kinsey Russell takes the charge as Hook is gonna get called for that one. Jordan Remmers checks back into the game. Risky move here by Coach Rohde.
Yeah, I think that was probably the right call. I mean, she was standing there, she was planted. She did not slide in or anything like that. She was there, so.
So Remmers checks back in for the Arrows. Bit of a risky play here from Rohde, but he's willing to take it. And we're gonna get a wide open look here from 30, and
nice
it's gonna
pass.
go in. Good pass.
We're starting to break that pressure a little bit, so.
And Brookings maybe going too far up the court, and you're gonna get those wide open looks. So Coglin's gonna get, that one's gonna get stolen by the Arrows. Ooh, but Brookings gonna get it back. Burns gonna get it. Russell get the steal. She gets it to Olsen. Remmers gonna drive. Olsen could have took the 3, but she
you got
laid
time
off.
to run something here, get a set, get a good look here. Don't just throw something up.
Russell is gonna drive, puts up the shot, doesn't fall, but Arrows. Oh, she's gonna step out of bounds, but she has the ball, so Brookings gonna take it. But
it's too bad we didn't get that back. We could have kept the ball for the rest of the quarter.
So I'd assume Brookings will probably hold for the rest of the quarter, but if you get an open look, probably gonna take it.
Good sub here, getting 2 players off the court that have foul trouble. So for the Arrows,
maybe putting some height for defense here.
I like a little bit of pressure like this. It forces them to.
Brookings is going to, Brookings is going to turn it over. And then we turn it right back over, and then they turn it right back over to us.
It's a ping pong match on turnovers there, but luckily we came out of it. 8 seconds enough to get down there, huh, Conrad? What do you think?
That's definitely enough. You got to get it inbounded first. You're trying to look deep. Russell's going to get around 2 of them.
Shoot it.
Olsen to 30, she gets it off. Oh, almost goes in off the backboard. Going into the fourth quarter, we got a 34-32 game. Very competitive game here at the Civic Arena. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter here on Arrow TV. Welcome back here to the Civic Arena as we got 2-point game coming into the fourth quarter. You know, I think you could probably say since the last time these two teams played, they haven't had a lot of games like this.
Yeah, I think they've cleaned it up a lot. You know, as a former coach, you're always saying, oh, you could do this better or whatever, but how their seasons have both gone, you know, this has been competitive. They've done a lot better job. Each team has done a lot better job taking care of the ball. So again, it's going to come down, though, I think, at the end here, just having clean possessions and getting some good looks. And then, you know, obviously the ball's got to go through the rim. But if we can continue breaking the pressure coming up and getting some layups, that's going to spell success for us, I think. But they've had some players stepping up. The Burns girls really kind of stepped up. McClaglin, you know, again, I don't want to see her shooting open threes, so we'll see what goes on down here for the rest of the game.
So we're going to inbound to Kinsey Russell, who's going to drive, and we're not going to get a foul call, and that one's just going to go out of bounds. Be Brookings' ball.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with that. I mean, the defender she stood straight up on that, and just, unfortunately, Kinsey just got kind of in no man's land there and committed to a shot and body twist a little bit, so it was good, smart defense.
And we're getting another illegal screen from the Bobcats.
The second one she's gotten today. She's moving before that. She's just moving a little bit early before that defender is coming by. It's kind of like she's trying to slip it, but if you're going to slip it, you can't have that contact. So that's her third.
McClaglin checks quickly back in for the Bobcats. Remmers over to Russell to 30 in the corner. Back to Remmers.
Be nice to see Lily Mack knocking a shot here.
To Russell for three. And that one's off the back iron. And it's going to get rebounded by Burns. And we're going to steal from Remmers. See if she's going to push it up the court.
Finish.
She's going to get a block called on the Bobcats as Remmers is going to go to the line for two.
That's a good job, just taking it to the rim.
As I mentioned earlier, you know, if you get those fast breaks, just take it to the hoop. You know, you might make the shot or you can get a foul picked up there.
And Brookings girl just didn't have a chance really to get herself set.
Foul there on Burns as Remmers misses her first. But yeah, Burns, as you said, never had a chance to get set.
Big free throws here. She missed first, so yeah, hopefully this doesn't become the story of the game now.
Second one is also missed.
No reach.
And Burns gets the rebound back. McClagan has it at the top of the key. Over to Burns. Inside to Connet, and she's going to get fouled.
I think that's on 30. You know, she dropped her hands down. I think if she would have just had her hands straight up, she'd have been fine, but
they get it in, the hook.
Oh, there's a good look from the side.
Burns open for three. It's no good, but no one picks up McClagan. And she gets the rebound as Burns puts up another shot, and that one doesn't fall either. And we're going to get a scrum for it. And 30 comes up with the ball. Lily Mack's got a fast break. She's going to go up. She's going to put the layup up, and she's going to hit it to tie the game up at 34.
That's a good for Lily to see that go into the basket. I think, you know, she's had a little bit of a tough stretch here making shots, and we'd like to see her get going again.
Tie game here with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yet who started that? Ellie Thury. Get big rebound, gets an outlet. Well, that's deep.
Deep three. And that one's no good. As a coach, those are the shots you just don't like to see. And we're going to foul call behind the ball.
Actually not maybe a bad foul, just considering we've just scored a couple of baskets on fast breaks. Kind of puts a stop to that. Lets them get set on defense, so.
Big key. That is Brookings' third foul of the quarter. So they two more fouls and Watertown will be at the line for the rest of the quarter for any fouls Brookings has.
Yeah. So if we can come down now, move the ball a little bit and maybe drive, maybe we get fouled again. So can't settle for that outside shot too much.
Russell is going to go over to Olsen. Wilson gonna drive with her left to Russell, to Remmers for 3. Boom. Bang! She hits the 3 to put the Arrows up by 3.
Big shot there in that moment. Something we've needed.
Delbridge is gonna drive back to McClagan. To Delbridge inside. She can put up the shot and gets fouled, but I believe that one was on Gabby Olson.
Yeah.
Yes, that one was on Gabby Olson. So.
Right idea by Gabby. Just, you know, anytime you swing that arm, you're probably going to get called. If she can keep it straight up, maybe not. But that's just a strong move there. And that's the freshman, I believe, right? No, that is number 30.
30.
Delbridge, senior, yeah. Just a strong move, and, you know, tough to stop that.
Delbridge's first went in for the Bobcats, and her second. Is going to be no good off the back iron. The Bobcats get the rebound, though. So McClagan has it. Over to Hook. She's going to drive to her right. She's going to put up the shot, and it's going to go in as she ties up the game here at 37.
There's the freshman. Big shot by a freshman there in that moment.
Russell's going to drive. She's going to get an open layup, and that one isn't going to fall, but the Arrow's going to get the rebound. To Gabby Olson for 3. And that one isn't going to fall either.
Don't get
the foul. And that one is going to be thrown out of bounds by the Bobcats. The Arrow's going to take the ball. We're starting to get a very back and forth game here.
There you just got to, as a player, just kind of know the situation. And we really didn't have a lot of pressure up on them. We were actually turning to look like to get back, but something the Arrows have done a little bit too. So.
We get the ball into Jordan Remmers. She's going to take it to the top of the key. She's going to get over to Gabby Olson. Back to Remmers. She's going to drive a bit. Stemwell is going to take a drive. She's going to get it out to Russell, who corrals it. Throw it across key to Mack.
Rip. There you go.
Put up a floor. It's not going to be in, and we're going to get. I don't know. We're going to get a foul. I don't know who it's on.
I think it's on Stemwell. Looks like.
Yes. It's on Lydia Stemwell.
A little sigh of relief there probably by the coaches and fans. Looks like her second.
Looks like Mack checked out of the game for the Arrows, trying to protect her from picking up a 5th. So Conant over to Hook. Back to Conant. Arrows seems like they have dropped into a bit of a 2-3 here. Prevent some fouls. But that one was on Stemwell, again, I believe. The pass got blocked, and we're going to get a held ball. Possession will be to the Bobcats, though. Seemed like the Arrows have kind of came out in a 3-2 zone.
Someone's got to drop.
We're getting a 3 here, and it's gonna. Isn't gonna fall. I believe we're gonna get
Kinsey Russell might have pushed there.
We're gonna foul on the Arrows. Yes, Kinsey Russell, and that's Brookings will now be shooting. So that's the Arrows' 5th foul of the quarter.
Yeah, that switched pretty quick because a while ago it was like 3-1 on the fouls, and just like that,
5-3.
We've put them to the line. So this might become the storyline now.
Who can make their free throws?
Yeah. We still got to get there, though.
You can see the foul there on the replay. Yeah, you can kind of see she hooks her a little bit and just drives her out.
There we go.
And we're going to get over the back call on Conant. Lou Mack and Andy Olson check back in, as Jordan Remmer is going to check out here. Wilson's going to get it up to Russell, who's going to get into 30 in the post, and she gets rejected.
Nice block by Burns. It's good. That was good basketball from both teams, really. I mean, we did a nice job breaking it.
You can see that on that replay there, all ball. As we put up a shot, and we're going to get another foul call. I believe that one's on Mack. I believe that might be her 5th.
I think it's her fourth.
Excuse me, I do believe, yeah, it is her fourth. So Brookings will have 2 bonus shots here at the other end. Connet's first is no good.
One.
Conant goes 0 for 2 from the line as the Arrows get the rebound as Russell's going to push it up court. Or excuse me, Andy Olson did. As now Mac shoots a 3 and bang! She hits it. Now the Arrows go up by 2.
She's been waiting for that to go in. She's had, like I said earlier, she has had a kind of a tough stretch the last couple games. So for her to see that go through, that's a big moment. You know, if you remember when we played Brookings up, you know, down there, the first game of the year, she made a big one to tie it.
A buzzer beater to go to overtime. So who knows? Maybe I don't know if she'll hit the shot, but we could go into overtime again here today.
And she's a player that plays with a lot of emotion. So for her to have that, that's a good thing.
I'd like to remind everyone after the conclusion of this game, about 15 minutes after the boys will be playing the Bobcats versus the Arrows. We will try, when this stream ends, we will try to be back on about 5 to 10 minutes afterwards to get ready for the boys game.
And we have to select Dakota Land player of the game yet. So, you know, it's going to be tough today, honestly, which is good.
We have a couple in mind, but
we do. And on both teams, really.
Yes.
There's been a couple of Brookings girls that I think have had some nice day. Have had a nice day, and a couple of the Arrow girls today have had some good games. So we'll have to work that out, Conrad, when our mics are muted. We don't want to give that away here.
Yeah, but this game isn't finished yet. But overall, just 2 great games this year between the Bobcats and the Arrows.
Yeah, you kind of expect it when it's Duke, North Carolina type game. Right?
Yeah.
The atmosphere.
Rivals, you know, both teams, you know, if there's one game on your schedule that you really want to win, it's going to be like against Brookings, or Brookings, you want to beat Watertown.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll have an interesting last 4 minutes here as McClagan takes it up court, guarded by Remmers. She gets it to Delbridge. Over to Hook.
Try to keep the ball out of McClagan's hands, it looks like, if they can. Ooh, that's got to be travel or something.
We're going to get a travel call on Brookings.
Good defense. We stayed on the ground. We didn't jump. So that right there caused an issue. So Thury does a nice job just staying straight up and holding the ground.
So Olson's going to get it and reset it. She can get it to Mac. Mac to Remmers for 3. Ooh, in and out.
Would have been big.
That would have been a huge shot, but Brookings with a sigh of relief.
Good look, though.
As they get the rebound.
Looks like they're going to run a little set here, a little horn action.
Arrows do a good job.
Ended it well.
Switching. And we're going to get a fast break here. Ellie Thury, she can go to the hoop. And we're going to get
jump ball, yeah.
A jump ball. I believe it'll be Watertown possession.
Yeah, that was a nice defensive play there. Just got her hand on the top of the ball there.
So Remmers gets it back. Back to Mac for 3. That one's off the back room, but it goes straight to Ellie Thury. Almost get another held ball, but Mac gets it up top of the key.
Yeah, we can work the clock here a little bit. Get what you want.
So Remmers is gonna relax play a little bit, even though she's gonna get pressed by McCoglin, and Remmers is gonna get called for travel.
Jump stop. Haven't said that yet today, but you know, that's one of those things. It's if you can get into a jump stop, you're under control, you get your feet.
You can come up in the same horn set, even though, and we're gonna get timeout Brookings.
Nice double team there, and just, you know, uses up one of their possessions that
I believe McCoglin herself called that timeout.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that or the coach, Coach McClaglin.
One of them.
I think, I'm assuming that's his daughter, Sloan, kind of probably like a coach on the floor a little bit. Just that type of player, knows the game. kind of the floor general for them, handles the ball, gets them into their offense. So it's always, as a coach, you like having that player on the court that you know you can trust in moments like this, and I'm sure that's the case there.
And you know, you have to think about how much different this game could have been if Macy Even was available for the Bobcats.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just it'd have been a lot harder for us to have to guard her. I mean, she would have created a little bit of a matchup problem because she can, you know, she has the ability to make some threes. She has a nice shot, but she can get down low too. And with our lack of size, that could have been a difference maker for sure. I have to imagine they're going to drop something here with maybe a little bit of a back pick or something. I know we saw that earlier. So we gotta talk here. We gotta switch on screens here.
We'll get some shots from the live chat. My mom with thanks, great broadcast. We got Gus Steiger, great work, Redcon and company. Thank you, Gus. That 10 a.m. hitting session today went pretty well. So, but yeah,
they kind of ran that back.
And that one, I believe, got tipped. And Kinsey Russell is going to get fouled. Or excuse me, Andy Olson. I believe now she will go to the line now. That is Brookings' 5th foul.
Yep. So now it's a free throw game. Who's going to make them, Conrad? You know, we had a good first half at the line. This is when it really matters. So
this will be the make or break of the game. You know, who can make their free throws, because both teams now are in bonus, so any foul the rest of the game will be going to the line. So interesting. Olsen's first is no good.
So you got a deep breath and get yourself back out on the playground, just like you did it a million times when you were growing up. So,
you know, just gotta relax your arms, your legs, you know, deep breaths, and put up your shots.
There you go.
Olsen's second one is nothing but net. Sends the lead to 3.
I like this pressure right now. Just slow them down. Nothing crazy, just slow them down a little bit. Help them, you know, slows them up to get into their offense a little bit. So
McGog. The shot is up, and it is we get a blocking foul.
She's done.
Late call. That's Remmer's 5th.
I think that's her 5th. It says 3 on the board up here, but I thought she already had 3.
I thought that was her 5th as well, but
maybe somebody else got one that we made a mistake on. So
apparently not. So
lucky for us. All right, so she's got one more.
That'll be her 4th. But you know, so Hook will
explains why coach put her out there a couple times maybe when we thought, ooh.
Hook's first one is around the rim and out.
That's why they don't let me keep stats.
Yeah, that's why they don't let me keep stats for basketball either.
Because they told me that 5 out of 4 times I'm going to probably screw it up.
Hooks goes 0 for 2 from the line, but Brookings gets the rebound back. As Connet has it. Back to McGoglin. She's going to drive with her left. She's going to pass it out to Burns, who's going to put up a jumper, and it's good.
She's been pretty tough this second half for sure.
Brookings in a full court press here.
There we go.
Arrow's going to get it out to Remmers.
Yes, head up.
She's going to slow it down a little bit, even though she's going to get trapped.
Keep moving it.
I believe any chance Brookings is going to get the rest of this game, they're going to trap it as much as they can. Arrow's doing a good job moving the ball around, though. Olsen's going to drive a little bit. The 30 for 3. Oh, it's off the rim. And Burns gets the rebound.
Got to get back now. Match up here.
1 minute left. Arrows with the 1-point lead. They're going to throw it up to Connet. She's going to drive. The Burns pump fake, drive in, jumper. It's no good. Rebound, bouncing around, and we're going to get a jump ball.
It's their ball.
Brookings will have the possession.
Now, time-wise, this works out for us, but they still have this possession. If we can keep them from scoring here.
Throw it into McGoglin. She's going to drive. Tried to dish it, but it got...
Free throws, here we go.
Pass got stolen. Andy Olson gets fouled, and she'll go to the line.
That's Connet's 4th, I think.
Olsen's first.
It's a big one.
Rattles in. Big shot. Because now it's obviously 2 points.
And a three-pointer.
Three-pointer, obviously, yes. A three-pointer obviously still takes the lead, but a two-pointer only ties it. See if she can make this next one. It rattles in as well. 3-point game. Three-pointer ties it. So
now you're switching screens.
Switch everything. I would not be surprised, though, if Brookings were to take a timeout here pretty quick. Unless they can get an open look here. You're going to do a handoff.
Double dribble.
And
travel.
No call. And now we got timeout. Timeout Brookings.
I'm probably a biased fan, so when I'm calling for travels and stuff, just remember that.
I think a lot of people in your position would be as well.
You know, it's when you're trying to get wins in a season like this, you're at this point of the game, 27 seconds, you start biting your fingernails a little bit. So again, this is a big win for both teams today, especially the Arrows, who, you know, they need one. They need one here.
Yes. Arrows going, both teams going for their second win. And, you know, not only is this big one for a confidence booster going into the second half of the season, this is a big one for seeding points-wise.
Yeah.
Both teams are currently on the outside looking in on the 16. So
this is kind of a win that could move us up probably 2 spots, maybe 3 spots on the power points and get us back into that top 16.
So Burns will inbound.
Oh, we
get over to Conant. Conant for 3. It rims out.
Jump ball. It's ours.
Get a jump ball. Possession arrow is to the Arrows.
So now they're gonna set up. They're gonna set up a trap.
Brookings
more likely, and then foul if they can't get the steal. So
Brookings is not full court pressing pretty much. Arrows will be able to get it out pretty easily, and Andy Olsen is going to get fouled again. I wonder, Watertown put a play in and Brookings didn't guard it really. Put 2 girls back.
I just think they were trying to get situated and kind of got caught there a little bit without being ready. So
Andy Olsen back at the line for 2.
Just got to make these. Got to make these.
Got to at least have 1. First one is good. I don't think you can underestimate how big that shot is. Makes it a two-score game almost. Unless Brookings can get a 4-point play.
I might even.
Second one is no good. Brookings gets the rebound.
Pressure.
Don't foul. We're going to get open layup. That one's going to fall out.
Yes.
30 gets the rebound and she gets fouled. 30's going to go to the line.
I know, Conrad, that makes it really tough on Brookings now to somehow get a win today with 6 seconds. But I got to say, my hat's off to these young ladies learning to play without one of their leaders on the floor, which, again, we don't like seeing that kind of thing. To have somebody miss, you know, on an injury like that.
30's first shot is no good. Even a 5-point difference here would be huge.
Big thing now is just
second one goes in.
Let him come down and shoot.
Now you just back off.
Don't even touch him.
Don't foul.
Don't touch him.
2-1 deep 3, no good. And the Arrows get their second win of the season.
Big win today.
They defeat the Brookings Bobcats 45-40. Huge win for the Arrows.
Dakota Land player of the game, Conrad. I think we've kind of probably worked it out.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Ellie Thury, I think, is who we go with.
I agree. Ellie had just a really nice, solid day. She made some big shots when we needed them. She got some key rebounds, made a couple free throws. So she's going to be our Dakota Land player of the game. So good win for the Arrows today. We're up here to get 2 of the legends in this town with Sam Mooney and Coach Norberg. Rumor has it, Conrad, that national anthem that we heard earlier, that was actually a recording of Coach Norberg. Somebody must have got him, got some soundtrack on him when he was showering or something, and that was him singing the national anthem, so they just put it up today. So pretty crazy. That guy is just multi-talented. He's just coming up the stairs here now, so I'm clapping for him. Here he is. I'm going to shake his hand.
So boys game will be starting in approximately 15 minutes.
It's been a good day.
We're going to send it off. We will be back hopefully in about 5-10 minutes for the boys game. So the Arrow girls defeat the Bobcats 45-40 for the second one of the year. Thank you for watching. This has been Arrow TV.